Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 200 subscriber special of Sonic 2 for GameGear. When we last left off, we took on Green Hills Zone and spent a long time doing Gimmick Mountain because, wouldn't you know it, no rings, right? But anyway, the good news is that we only have this zone and the next one. Furthermore, this emerald here is completely unmissable, so long as you have the other 5. And it's being held by the Bionic Sonic, otherwise known as Silver Sonic. Now, bear in mind, this game came out well before Sonic 06, so yes, this Sonic is called Silver Sonic. So, I guess that makes Silver the Hedgehog the mental Sonic, then? No, it's okay to laugh. It's okay to laugh. I mean, it's not on par with a dad joke, but I don't know. I mean, technically I'm right, so. Don't upset me now. Oops, I don't think I was supposed to go that way. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there is a pattern to this. Let's see, down, left. Oh. Once you get here, I mean, it's more tedious than anything. Okay, right. Nope. No, not back. Don't upset me now. There. Oh boy. So yeah, my birthday's on the 30th of August, so of course by the time you see this, it'll probably already be past that. At the time of this recording, I believe the Extreme Let's Play of Tears of the Kingdom had already wrapped up, and well, I believe the Extreme Let's Play Tears of the Kingdom had already been published, and I think we're still a few episodes, although I've uploaded them all already, I think we're still a couple of episodes in, yet to go for the NES World Championship Edition, or Switch Edition, I guess. I don't remember the title, I'm sorry. Okay. No, damn it. Don't upset me now. So, yeah, for my birthday, you're probably not going to see this episode here, but you'll probably see a double. I planned it to where you'll probably get a double helping of the NES game. So, and then I think there's like one more episode after that, maybe. So I really need to find some new content to fill the space. I mean, it'll be a while yet before. You know, the Grand Splatfest. So, oh man, I wanted to get one of those. I wanted to get one of those wristbands that Nintendo was offering, but they've already sold out. So either a lot of people are just sapping them up, or Nintendo just doesn't make enough. I don't know. Hard to say. So, rumor has it that the new Switch, which I don't think they've really settled on a name yet, I'm not certain, but you know, rumor has it it's going to be like $499. I mean, you know, at launch. No, I mean, I get it, right? More people want to be paid more these days, especially after that pandemic, and you know, like, I mean, it's a result of trying to, you know, keep people who know what they're doing happy, you know, instead of just hiring new people. Probably the same reason why, you know, they don't fire me, or they haven't replaced me yet. I don't know. Not that I've done anything egregious, mind you, but still. Everyone's always saying, you know, treat your employees with respect, you know, but I'm just gonna say this right now. I mean, as long as the Switch successor is going to be worth the money, you know, maybe I'll consider getting it, but then again, I mean, when a console is just released to the public, and I mean just released, typically there's bound to be some, you know, unforeseen problems, right? I think one of the issues with the original Switch, not that I've really experienced it too much because, you know, I'm not really a hardcore button masher, but, you know, there's a thing with Joy-Con drift. I mean, I don't believe Nintendo intentionally made the Joy-Cons that way, but, you know, I'm just gonna say right now, you know, if they're hoping to... Nintendo really ought to hire the people that are finding flaws with their stuff, you know, because it's just ridiculous, you know? Of course, I think one of the reasons why I don't notice Joy-Con drift so much is because I primarily play the game docked, you know, hooked up to a TV. And, you know, that's another thing, you know, conceptually speaking, I mean, the Switch that we have now, be it the OLED or even the OG model, I mean, it's kind of tough to beat design-wise, right? I mean, the only thing that could make it better is, you know, being able to maybe also fit it in your pocket, you know? But, of course, you know, the Switch as it is, well, even the Switch Lite, you know, you gotta have a carry-on bag made just for it, you know? You can't put that in your pocket like you could a 3DS, you know? And even then, you know, what happens if the buttons don't work, you know? Like, I mean, you gotta be able to at least detach and reattach some alternatives. Now, they say the new Joy-Cons are going to be attached with magnets. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be like magnets, like just loose magnets. I think it will click into place, but like as it is right now, I mean, I think I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that when it comes to product testing, I mean, they really need to talk to people who are willing to come in and, you know, try it out for themselves, right? But the problem is, not too many people are trustworthy, you know, to keep things under wraps, you know, or hush, you know? Because, you know, they don't want people to write reviews about a faulty product that's not that's still in its test phase, right? You know, they don't want a prototype to smear the name, you know. Okay, so anyway, here's the Bionic Sonic. This particular boss would make an appearance in Sonic Mania. In the fight with Metal Sonic, no less. So yeah, since I got the other 5 emeralds, this emerald just appears. Interestingly enough, good news is, the level doesn't end unless I pick this up, so... So yeah, going on to the final zone. I mean, I'm perfectly fine with the Switch being a, you know... Oh, right. I'm perfectly fine with the new Switch being basically like a souped-up Switch, as long as, you know, there's enough going for it to merit it, right? I mean, for example, let's take the PlayStation versus the PlayStation 2. I mean, to play PlayStation 1... I mean, the system itself could play a PlayStation 1 game, but if you wanted to save and load data directly... If you wanted to save a game and load game data, you still needed a PlayStation 1 memory card, but you could transfer at least the data to a PlayStation 2 memory card, you know, for storage, at least. You know? So, I mean, there was like a lot going for this... There was basically just a lot going for the PlayStation 2, right? I mean, when it came to playing the previous titles, I mean, you know, the pictures were sharper, the whites were whiter. You know, like, everything just seemed to, you know, pop, right? For lack of a better word. I mean, you know, I'm perfectly fine with an upgrade being able to do new things or make old things better, but, you know, I would also like it to be able to not be too vastly different in order to play other things. Like, well, let's take the new Nintendo 3DS, right? Like, is there any titles that you can recall, ladies and gentlemen, that you explicitly absolutely needed a new Nintendo 3DS XL to play besides the 3DS port of Xenoblade Chronicles 1? I mean, I think that's the only game that comes to mind that they actually had that you needed the system for. But apart from that, I mean, you know, I mean, the button controls, I mean, they would later go on to design games, you know, with those new buttons in mind. I mean, I think Mario and Luigi Paper Jam had a functionality where if you're playing on a new Nintendo 3DS, that you could use the ZL and ZR buttons to just, you know, basically like a quick heal mechanic. Also, more importantly, I think I would like Nintendo to do a better job of advertising. I mean, it's not enough to... Because here's the thing, like, you can advertise your stuff online, and that's fine, but the problem is that when it comes to online ads, only you know, those ads are only going to be seen by people who are more or less already interested. Like me, I'm a gamer, you know. When I go surf the web, I'm probably going to be getting ads for, you know, the newest console, among other things, right? But anything else, you know, it's not like advertising on TV where, you know, no two commercials can occupy the same space, right? And that's kind of the reason why I kind of want them to advertise more on television, because, you know, then they're not really competing with other companies, you know, especially companies that wouldn't necessarily be in direct competition with them anyway, you know? Because that's just how online algorithms work, you know? The only people you're going to, whose interest you're going to garnish are the people who already know about it because they're already gamers. If you want new blood, you gotta advertise on various sources in which, you know, that they can't possibly miss. Or, another thing you could do is, you know, like when you send representatives to stores, you know, basically just, you know, basically have a pamphlet that, you know, for parents, like, frequently asked questions, you know. Tell them that, you know, this isn't just, you know, an upgrade, or, you know, give them a rundown, right? Because let's look at the Wii U to the... Oh, by the way, final boss. I mean, look at the Wii U in the, you know, in the original Wii, you know. I mean, personally, I think the Wii U failed because, well, like, they didn't do a... Besides the name, they didn't do a very good job of describing or selling the product, right? You know, why buy a Wii U when most people are like, oh, we already have a Wii at home, you know? And even then, the Wii U has a mode, you know, it has a Wii mode, which basically, you can basically buy a Wii U and use it for Wii games, you know? Like, at least with PlayStation, I think they did a better job of explaining it, or it was different enough. And plus, I think PlayStation, you know, they had those weird commercials, you know. And that's the thing, you know, they don't... I mean, I hate to say it, but I think I want commercials to be weird. I think they should be weird or, you know, in your face or memorable, like 90s memorable, you know? But, you know, I think it's a thing of the past because, you know, everybody's just too sensitive now, you know? I mean, heck, remember that Super Bowl commercial? What was it? Pump from Mountain Dew? What was that? Puppy Monkey Baby? Anyone remember that? Well, for those of you who are trying to forget, I apologize, but that just goes to say, you know? Oh, I actually did it first try. Sweet. Huh. Okay, so yeah, you beat Eggman, or Dr. Robotnik. I never showed it off, but yes, Sonic does have an idle animation, you know, that you'll see in just a moment here. So yeah, Eggman just bolts and leaves Tails behind, and yeah, I guess that's it. Unceremoniously, it just ends. Why you needed the emeralds to do this, I've no clue. I don't know, I guess the emeralds, focus energy, and you can just see the... So you can see the Crystal Egg Zone? I don't know. But yeah, that was Sonic 2 for Game Gear. Pretty much everything that one could say about this game that has already been said is that, yes, for a Game Gear title, it does suffer from screen crunch. Of course, again, this game came out in the days before the internet, so there was a good chance that you never knew that this game was on the Master System, and it was just ported over. So, you know, knowing that, so if you knew that already, then, you know, I'm sorry. Speaking of which, the Game Gear actually had a peripheral called the Master System Converter, where you could literally take a Master System title, plug it into the back of this adapter, and effectively play your Master System titles on the Game Gear. So, something with which I think Sega developed so that they wouldn't have to keep, you know, making ports for their new console. You know, like a cheap and effective way. You know, just you know, build an adapter and so people can just play it on, you know, better hardware or other hardware, you know. Which brings me once again back to the Switch deal. supposedly the Switch 2, again, I don't think the name has ever been solidified, has a patent for newer cartridges. So whether it means it'll play whether or not, I mean, I think it would probably better suit Nintendo to have it be compatible with the cartridges that are already out there, you know, for these Switch games. Because here's the thing, you know, the one thing a console needs is games, right? I think it would be and you know, since we're already kind of in an all-digital future, you know, the need to actually port things over is almost non-existent when everything can exist digitally anyway, you know, and just use like an SD card. So yeah, good ending, you know, Sonic and Tails look up, see their own images and stars. The bad ending is the same thing, except, you know, Sonic will look up and he'll see Tails up there, which kind of implies that maybe Tails died. But regardless of which ending you get, you still get a game over, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and mute this. So yeah, that was Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Game Gear. I know we kind of had a bit of a tangent, went off on a bit of a tangent talking about the Switch, but you know, I really didn't want to make a separate video about my thoughts on the Switch. I don't know, maybe I'll still do that the closer we get to it, but yeah, you know, fun fact, most of the games I've played on the Switch were mostly digital. I mean, I only have like maybe 2 or 3 actual physical game cartridges. So if a game can exist solely on a SD card, or if it's all just, you know, compressed data or whatever, then yeah, I mean, there's no real need to actually make cartridges anymore. But some people were kind of off in a huff about, you know, oh, the next console's not going to have cartridges, you know, or a way to insert games, you know. Which brings me to another issue, you know, the idea of exclusivity, you know. Like, is there a need for there to be exclusivity? Whoa, where the hell did Sonic go? Oh, there he is. But yeah, I mean, you know, if everything can exist digitally, is there really a need to, you know, have exclusivity? Like, I mean, yeah, you can make titles that are graphically for a system, sure, but as far as playing the older titles, I mean, we have a Switch Online service, you know. What'll happen when the next console comes back, you know? Or am I still going to be able to play those games? You know, I mean, I guess those questions will be probably answered later, but, you know. Anyway, I'm rambling. I apologize. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Again, thank you for the 200 subscribers. So hopefully I can reach another milestone, like 500 or something. As far as the next game I'm going to be tackling, I really can't decide. I don't know if there's any games that are coming out in September. There have been some games that have been announced. I don't know. I'm thinking about for Halloween maybe Luigi's Mansion 2. I haven't played that since the 3DS. So yeah. So anyway, I'll let you know. I'll think of something. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next Let's Play. And please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.